Welcome ladies and gentlemen. In this video we are going to learn quadratics. If any equation can be written in this form, it's called quadratics. Ax squared plus bx plus c equals to 0. So from this equation a cannot be 0. To say this expression, this equation and quadratic equation, this a should not be 0. This can be 0, this can be 0, okay, but a should not be 0 because I need that x square. The second name of quadratic is second degree equations. Second degree is this 2 power 2, such as x squared plus 1 equals to 0. This should be 0, by the way. 2x squared minus 3 equals to 5. We are going to say this should be 0, but it is not 0. We are going to solve question about that just now. So now this one, x squared minus 7x plus 12 equals to 0. Okay, we don't have any problem there and there and there because I have x squared. But there someone is thinking it is not an quadratic equation because they say there is no x squared. No, don't think like this. When you open the bracket from this x times x, we are going to get x squared. At that time it will be quadratic equation. That's why this is quadratic equation, right? So now let's see how do we solve quadratic equations. So my first example is x plus 2 times x minus 3 equals to 0. So in this question you are going to equalize this expression and this expression to 0 separately. That will be x plus 2 equals to 0 and the x minus 3 equals to 0. You are going to leave the unknown alone. That will go to the other side as negative. X is going to be negative 2, and for that side this will go to the other side as positive. X is going to be positive 3. I got two values, and generally you are going to get two values. Sometimes you are going to get one value. I'm going to show you one example about that, no worry. So now if you want to check whether your answer is correct or wrong, you're going to just take this one, put instead of x, and you will get 0. If you don't get 0, that means something's wrong there. And then this one separately. Let me take this one first. Negative 2. Negative 2 plus 2, 0 times negative 2, negative 3, negative 5. 0 times negative 5 will be 0. See, it is correct. And 3. 3 plus 2, 5 times 3 minus 3, 0. 0 times 5 will be 0. See, it is correct. You can try for all questions like this to check your answer. Right, let me solve next question. My next question is 3x minus 4 times x plus 5 equals to 0. Okay, equalize this expression and this expression to 0 separately. That will be 3x minus 4 equals to 0. That will be x plus 5 equals to 0. Right now, leave the unknown alone. This to the other side as 4. This is multiplication. We'll go to the other side as division. That is 4 over 3. This can be written as 1 whole 1 over 3. And this one, this to the other side as negative 5. I got two values. Look, 1, 2. Okay, right now. So if you notice, for those two questions I solved now, we have quadratics factorized already. But you are not going to come across like this question every time. Let me show you how questions are going to come across too. So sometimes you will come across like this question: x squared minus 4x minus 5 equals to 0. See, quadratics. It is not factorized. Now the first step, we are going to factorize them. Then equalize your expressions to 0. There, please, if you don't know factorizing, go back to learn factorizing, then come back to try to learn this topic. Otherwise, it is going to be so hard for you to learn this topic if you don't know factorization. Okay, so that one will be -5, +1. That will give me x minus 5 times x plus 1 equals to 0. All right, now this 0, this 0. I will jump that step for rest of the questions, the -5 equals to 0 part. I will say x -5 equals to 0, x equals to 5. X plus 1 equals to 0, x is going to be -1. Okay, right now, let's solve next question. Sometimes you will have like this question. X squared minus 25 equals to 0. For this question, I have two methods to solve. The first one is that this one is x squared 5 squared. Can be written, remember, from factorization as x -5 times x plus 5 equals to 0. And you are going to equalize this and this to 0. I want to write values this side because I'm going to write the second method. X will be 5 and x will be -5. So you can try 5 square is 25 minus 25, 0. -5 square is 25 also. So the second method is this. X squared minus 25 equals to 0. Okay, you are going to leave the unknown alone. This will go to the other side as +25. So from there, x squared will be 25, and I have square. Square is going to the other side as square root, or you can say take square root of both sides. So there, x will be negative square root 25 and x will be positive square root 25. There are two values there. From the x will be -5, x will be +5. It is right. Why? Because -5 squared 25, right? +5 squared 25. I said they're same thing too. See, now it is up to you for those questions to use whether this method or this method. For me, this one is easier than this one. I like to use this one. But for you, maybe this one is easier. It is up to you. Because you see, I got the same answers for both solutions, for both methods. Right, now, let's solve similar questions of this question. My next question is 16 minus x squared equals to 0. Previous one was x squared minus 25. This one is 16 minus x squared. It doesn't matter. The first solution, this one is 4 squared, can be written as 4 minus x times 4 plus x equals to 0. Equalize them to 0. -4 minus x equals 0. This x goes to the other side as positive. From the x will be 4, and there 4 goes to the other side as positive. Negative will be -4. By the way, why I send x to the other side? Because x is negative, I want to make positive. Otherwise, when you send this one to the other side as negative, you need to take this negative sign to the other side again. I didn't want to do two operations. I just send this one to the other side. Because see, this expression will be 4 minus x equals to 0. This will go to the other side, right? So I got two values. Now the second solution is going to be like this. See, from there, see, I said for this one too, there is negative sign in front of x squared. Take to that side to make this positive. That will be 16 equals to x squared. Now this square goes to the other side as square root, or you can say take square root of both sides. From there, that will be x equals to square root 16 and x equals to positive square root 16. So x will be negative 4, x will be positive 4. See, I got the same answer for both methods. I must get. So now let's check next question. My next question is x squared minus 7x plus 12 equals to 0. Remember, we solved similar question of this. Factorize it. Negative 3, negative 4. That will be negative 3 times negative 4 equals to 0. So equalize this and this to 0. I will jump this step. Remember, I told you x will be 3. I will write x equals 3 directly. There, x equals to 4. Right, two values. So now let me solve next question. My next question is 2x squared plus 6x equals to 0. From there, I will take the same factors out and open a bracket. See, this one 2x times x, this one 3 times 2x. See, 2x and 2x is common, take it out. 2x times x plus 3 equals to 0. This is from factorization 2. Okay, now if there is the x, you should equalize this part to 0. If there was just 2, you wouldn't do anything. You would just equalize this one to 0. But there is 0. You will say this 0 and this 0 separately. 2x equals to 0. X will be 0. From there, x plus 3 equals to 0. X is going to be negative 3. Right. Okay, so now let's solve next question. My next question is x squared minus 5x equals to 14. See, I told you this should be 0. If it is not 0, you are going to make 0. How? You take that 14 to left side as negative 14. This is positive, will be negative. That will give me x squared minus 5x minus 14 equals to 0. So now I'm going to factorize them. X, that will be negative 7, 2. So x negative 7 times x plus 2 equals to 0. This expression and this expression is 0. I will write there. You may not see this. X is going to be 7 and x is going to be negative 2. See, two values. Right. Okay. So now let's solve next question. My next question is x plus 3 times x plus 4 equals to 20. Okay, see, if there was 0 there, my question is very easy, because I would equalize this and this to 0, and then I would say negative 3 and negative 4. But there is not 0, 20. In this case, you are going to open the bracket first. Then take this one to left side. In previous question I did for 40, remember? And then you do your operations, some operations. Then you factorize the equation. Then equalize 0. It's looking long, but it's not. Look, x times x, x squared. X times 4, 4x. 3 times x, 3x. 3 times 4, 12. And this one I will take to the side. I don't need to rewrite because no enough space already. Negative 20 equals to 0. So x squared and x squared, no, it will stay the same. For x, I have 4x plus 3x, which is going to be 7x, and 12 minus 20 will be negative 8 equals to 0. Factorize it, x, that will be plus 8 negative 1. From there I will get x plus 8 times x minus 1 equals to 0. Equalize 0, equalize 0. That will give me x equals to negative 8, x equals to positive 1. Okay, so now last two questions. The other question is similar of this question, x plus 3 times x minus 1 equals to negative x plus 1. So the same story, you are going to open those brackets, then take this expression to that left side. While you are taking to the left side, you should change the sign of this, and don't forget. That will be x times x, which is x squared, x times negative 1, negative x, 3 times x, 3x, 3 times negative 1, negative 3, and then this will be positive x, and this will be negative 1 equals to 0. For x squared, I don't have any other x squared, that will be x squared. For negative x, for x, I have negative x, 3x, and plus x. From there, that will be 3x, then negative 3, negative 1 will be negative 4 equals to 0. Now factorize them, plus 4, negative 1. So that will be x plus 4 times x minus 1 equals to 0. This and this will be 0. X will be negative 4 and x will be 1. Two values again. All right, now last question. Remember, I told you for quadratics you are going to come across for the result two values, but sometimes you are going to come across one value. For example, like this question, x squared plus 4x plus 4 equals to 0. See, when you factorize this quadratics, it will be x plus 2 plus 2. That will be x plus 2 times x plus 2 equals to 0. So you equalize 0, equalize 0. That will give you negative 2. That will give you negative 2. See, I got one value. Why? Because this expression is, look at the x plus 2 times x plus 2. X plus 2 squared equals to 0. See, it is special of x plus 2. This one is x plus 2 squared. That expression. That will be 0, x equals to negative 2. See, that's why if you have such like this questions, you will get one value. But for the rest of them, two values. Don't forget, please. See, it could be x negative 3 squared equals to 0. And x will be 3. Any number, doesn't matter. When you have like this, you will get one value. But for the other questions, the rest of them, two values. Please don't confuse them. Okay. Thank you so much for listening to this video. Have a good day. Bye.